Welcome to Friday Finds. I'm Rob Meyer-Kukan and I am on location today at the Kerrytown Chime in Ann Arbor's historic Kerrytown district. You can see that things are bustling and hustling with the holiday season. We're going to get to meet the chime master, Heather O'Neill, and hear what the chime sounds like and get a chance to play on it as well. Hope you enjoy today's episode. So Heather, would you tell us about the history of the Kerrytown Chime?
Okay, well, this shopping center has been here a long time, and it has always had a clock in the tower. And then the owner of Kerrytown, Joe O'Neill, went to Ireland and saw in Ireland a church in Cork, Ireland, St. Anne's Cathedral, that has 7 bells that the public can play by number. And so that's sort of where the idea came from, and I made this coloring book, Joe and the Kerrytown Chime. So maybe this will help us see what happened here. So this was in Cork, Ireland. Joe had been to that church, and there were 7 or 8 bells up that the public can ring by ropes, pulling ropes, and they had simple songs written out by number. And so Joe and his wife Karen worked out Hail to the Victors on those 8 bells, and they were having fun playing Hail to the Victors across Cork, Ireland. And then when they walked away after, they heard somebody up in the bell tower playing Hail to the Victors through the whole town. So that's where the idea of putting bells in Kerrytown came from. And they decided to do that. So here are the ropes with the numbered songs. Each rope had a number, where we have each lever has a number, corresponds to the bells up in the tower. So when Joe came home from that trip, he went looking for bells, and he found an antique store in Brooklyn, Michigan that had several bells, actually 7 bells, just shy of an octave, 8 bells. So he decided to buy all 7 of them, and here he is bringing them home in the truck. He rigged up, he's a builder, so he rigged up a stand to put all the bells on, and he put that in his garage and ring the bells in the neighborhood. So a carillon has 24 or more bells, and a chime is anything less than that. This instrument is a chime. It has 17 bells. A chime is played standing up with 2 hands and 1 foot. So each bell is connected to a foot pedal, whereas a carillon is played sitting down with 2 hands and 2 feet. The one downtown here has 55 bells. That is a big instrument. So then because they only had 7 bells from the antique store, the woman at the University of Michigan who was giving them advice on how to build a chime, she said, oh, you need more than 7 bells. You cannot play, very many songs with just 7 bells. So they learned through Margot Halstead at the University of Michigan that there was a bell foundry in Aston, the Netherlands, and it's called Royal Ijsbouts. It's written there, and here is the factory. So they contacted Royal Ijsbouts to see if they could make some more bells to match the set, and they could. So actually the original 7 bells had to be put in boxes, in big crates, taken by train and by ship to the Netherlands, and then they made 10 more bells to match the original 7. and Joe and Karen were able to go and watch them cast the bells. There's a photograph up there of one of them being cast, and they threw a penny in for good luck. Okay, so when they had those 10 bells made, they were able to write anything they wanted on the outside. So some of the bells have names on them of various people who were part of the project. And bell number 6 says, "Listen to the bells telling of joy, alarm, sorrow, and the passage of time." And one of the bells says Joe and Karen O'Neill, who had the idea. So here they are in the Netherlands, and they make a mold, like a wax mold, and then they take the wax out and they pour the hot metal into the mold, and that's how they make the bells. So then they had them all 17 bells shipped back to Ann Arbor, and at one point they were all strewn about the sidewalk here, and then they hung each one up into a specially made, whatever you would call this part, I don't know, and had a crane that took it to the top of the building, put the roof back on, and then some of the people from Royal Ice Spouts came to Ann Arbor and worked on making this mechanism all just so. And then the bell lady came along, and each time we play the bells, we give away a sticker that says, "I played the bells at Kerrytown." And I've given away thousands of stickers since 2000, which was when I started this job. So today, if you're walking in the Kerrytown neighborhood, you might just hear us playing songs.
So tell us how people can find out more about the Kerrytown Chime if they're interested.
Well, every week we have public concerts here, so if you are in Ann Arbor or coming to visit Ann Arbor, you should just come upstairs, the second floor of Kerrytown. The chime stand is usually closed in this closet area. But if I am here, the doors are open, and that means anyone is welcome to play. And the 3 times during the week are Wednesdays and Fridays at noon, so come to Kerrytown for lunch, and Saturdays at 10:30, which is also during the farmers market. There's more information on the Kerrytown website, that's kerrytown.com. And if you just Google Kerrytown Chime, you'll find all kinds of videos that people who have played have posted to the internet. And there's also some stories, and I think the University of Michigan put up something about the history of the Kerrytown Chime too. Okay. I have two things I'm thinking of. One bit of advice from my father, and the other from my world's religions studies textbook in college. Always be curious and ride the chariots on the Tao. That's T-A-O.
Join me next week as I interview Carol Ivkovich of Masterpiece Music from Lansing, Michigan.